Okay, so as y'all know, this week we've been looking at the book More Than Anything Else. And so what you're going to be doing today is the assignment is you're going to write your own personal review of the book. Okay, and when I mean review, we've looked at review in a couple of different terms. So when I say let's review something in class, that means we're going to go over it again, we're going to look at it, and we're going to see what pieces we understand and then what pieces we need to work on. When we're looking at a review today, we're going to look at what is the book about and how did you feel about the book? Did you like the book? Would you recommend the book to someone else? So we're going to look at reviews in terms of the movie Onward, so you can kind of get a understanding of what a review is. Now, I don't know if you've seen Onward, but I have seen Onward. I have Disney Plus. So we're going to watch a quick trailer of the movie just so you can kind of see what the movie is about. And then we're going to look at a couple of reviews. We're going to look at a positive review and we're going to look at a negative review of the movie. Okay, so that you can kind of see what your reviews are going to look like. So let me share my screen with you. Okay. And we're going to start with our trailer of Onward.
Morning!
Morning! Hey, get back to work!
Hey, Mom!
Stop it! Blizzy, down! Sorry, I didn't get a chance to walk her. Oh, bad dragon. Back to your lair.
Come, dear brother, our destiny awaits.
Okay, I'm coming.
I see you've brought sustenance for our adventure.
No, it's garbage for the trash can, and you left the lid off! Oh, shoot! Get out of here! Shoot! Ugh, unicorns.
We're going on a grand and glorious quest.
It's not a quest, it's just a really fast and strange errand.
It's totally a quest.
Okay, so y'all could hear that, right? Give me a thumbs up if you could hear it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. All right, so with Onward, okay, like I said, it is on Disney Plus, and this movie is about an elf family, and they all live obviously like in a fantasy world, but their fantasy world is very similar to ours. So they, go to school, they drive cars, it's very similar to our world, but it still has a sense of magic in it. And so the two brothers are going on a quest so that they can meet their entire dad. They cast a spell and half of him appears. So he's just like a pair of pants and shoes. And so their goal is to finish casting the spell so that they can see their entire dad and be able to speak to him because he died when they were very young. And so that's the kind of the overlook of what the movie is about. So we're gonna first look at the Rotten Tomatoes percentages. And with Rotten Tomatoes, they're the place that you go to see, should I spend my time watching this movie or not? And so if you look at what the critics said 88% of the critics said that it is worth watching. So that's people who their job is to see, is this worth it or not, right? 88% of them said yes, it is worth it. 95% of the audience said that it is worth it. So that means that when it says the audience, that's random people just like you and me that just go see it in the movie theater or see it on the streaming service like Disney Plus. Because it wasn't able to air in the movie theaters due to coronavirus, it did premiere on Disney Plus. So it's just people like you and me that log on to Disney Plus and watch it. So 95% of them said that they do want to see it. So overall, the movie has very, very good reviews. But there's always going to be some people that do like it and some people that don't like it. Okay. So we're going to look at a positive review of it. Wait, hold on. A positive review of it first. Okay. So this author says, Onward is a crowd-pleasing and surprisingly moving adventure. There's a novelty akin to that of Zootopia in seeing non-human characters inhabit a familiar, human-like suburban universe. In the world of Onward, feral unicorns eat trash like raccoons, dragons can be pets, and a millennia-old manticore runs a medieval times meets Chuck E. Cheese novelty restaurant. Holland and Pratt do a winning job as brothers who are opposites but still close. Pratt's Barley is particularly charming. He's an exuberant role-playing game aficionado who believes deeply in the magic left in their world. Holland's Ian is a lot like his Peter Parker, earnest and reluctant to embrace the powers he exhibits. And Louis Dreyfus is an ideal pick as a comedic but courageous mom who won't stop until she's protected her son. The first non-sequel Pixar movie since 2017's Coco, Onward is a heartfelt movie that, like Coco, deals with loss and death in an accessible way. Although the fantasy adventure plot is fairly straightforward, the story may make even adults, especially those who've lost a parent, shed some tears. The emotional beats aren't quite as tear-jerking as they were in Coco, but Onward is still incredibly poignant. Who wouldn't be willing to do anything and everything to spend one day with a lost loved one? Viewers who value sibling tales will appreciate that the two leads are brothers who must overcome various challenges, take care of their half-father, and protect each other again and again. Onward may not top a list of Pixar's best of the best, but it's sweet and optimistic and a reminder that everyone could use a little more magic in their lives. So, if you think about how that review was structured, okay, what's something that you notice about how it's structured, Anthony? You're unmuted. What's something you noticed about how it's structured?
That
Do I know exactly what the movie is going to be about and what's going to happen?
yes, ma'am.
I know how it ends and everything. I don't even have to watch the movie after reading this.
Oh, no.
No, so it doesn't tell me exactly what happens, but it does tell me what the story plot, like what the plot is. So I understand they're going on a quest. I understand they're trying to find, their half dad. I understand that, but I don't know how the quest ends. I don't know if they do it or not. I'm not sure. So it does tell me what the story is about, but it doesn't give me super detail to where I don't even have to watch the movie or read the book to understand what it's going to be about. Good. Alasia, does it tell me how the author of this review feels about the movie?
Yes.
How does the author feel about the movie?
The author feels like the movie is great.
Good. So I do know how the author feels about the movie. So that's what's important when we're doing our review. When we're writing our review, we have to make sure that we're writing about the book. We are kind of telling what the book is about, but we're not giving how the book ends. The main focus of your review is to tell how you felt about the story and if you would recommend that story to someone else. Okay. Let's say you didn't like the book at all. That's perfectly fine. That's what you would write. I didn't like the book because, and you would give me reasons why you didn't like the book. Okay. We're going to look at one more review and then I'm going to let you go so that you can work on your review of the book more than anything else. Okay, so let's look at this second one. So this second one, this road movie set in a world of elves has its moments, but by Pixar standards, it doesn't quite cast a spell. That's the first line. Just by that first line, Ladarian, how do you think this critic feels about Onward? Just from that first line.
They feel good about it.
Look at it. This road movie set in a world of elves has its moments, but by Pixar standards, it doesn't quite cast a spell. Is that a positive or a negative statement?
That's a negative statement.
What is my key word that lets me know that it's a negative statement?
When it says Pixar
Right,
has
this.
negative spell.
Right, but by Pixar standards. But remember, we're looking at this fanboy but. If I have the top of it says, this road movie set in a world of elves has its moments, but remember that but is my contradiction. So that means if I say this is one way, but that means this is going to be different. So they're saying something slightly positive about it, but then they come back and they say something negative. So I already know just from this first line that this person feels like the movie was not great. So we're going to continue reading so that we can see what they're saying about it. Onward, Pixar's latest invention, begins with a bit of what is now called world building. The universe of this animated feature is one of elves, dragons, and wizards. Unfortunately, as the prologue explains, magic is tough to learn. A flash forward illustrates how mythical creatures, lulled by the invention of light bulbs, smartphones, and other technology, gradually forget how to cast spells. Although road signs and milk cartons still use fonts suited for medieval manuscripts, Onward otherwise unfolds in a mostly modern, unmagical time. Unicorns fight over trash like angry raccoons. A fearsome manticore, voiced by Octavia Spencer, her questing days behind her, runs a themed restaurant and worries about lawsuits. A single mother is a mighty warrior, according to the workout she watches on TV. And elves are, ears and sky blue skin aside, much like humans. Our hero elf, Ian, has just turned 16. He has the same anxieties that might befall any high school age orc or hobbit. The mild one joke amusement of Onward, directed by Dan Scanlon, comes from the clash of the mundane and the fantastical. The filmmakers have clearly had fun imagining a Milo of belligerent biker sprites and cops who are centaurs or cyclops. Remember, a centaur is a person who is like the top of them is a person and then the bottom of them is a horse. That's a centaur. And then cyclops is people that have one eye at the top. This background knowledge. The adventure itself is almost an afterthought. It concerns Ian and his hopelessly uncool older brother, Barley, a connoisseur of the old lore. Ian, for his birthday, is given a staff and a spell that the brother's dead father left for them. The spell is supposed to bring their dad back to life for one day, but it only partly comes off, leaving him as just a pair of sentient pants and shoes. The boys intermittently disguising the body with the weekend at Bernie's style puppetry and clothes that might have suited the original Invisible Man, embark on a mission to conjure the rest of him. While the story of Onward is personal for Scanlon, whose father died when he was young, Ian and Barley's journey plays as disappointingly routine, a checklist of mechanically foreshadowed heart-to-hearts and lessons learned, leaving by the occasional offbeat slight gag. What is missing are the unexpected flights of fancy on which Pixar forged its reputation. Breathtaking, tempo-altering sequences like the fire extinguisher ballet of WALL-E or the refreshingly adult perspective of Up. Given the movie's nostalgia for bygone eras and analog gameplay, Onward might have shown more nerve if it had been a rare foray from Pixar into hand-drawn animation. As it is, film is a brightly rendered, sentimental ode to adolescence that hits all the right emotional buttons, even as it risks being forgotten itself. Okay, so again, they told us kind of what the movie was going to be about, didn't tell us the ending of the movie, but then proceeded to tell us their perspective. So that is your goal today. Your assignment for today is to go through and you're going to write a review of the book more than anything else. If you forgot the book or if you need to review the book, the link to the book is on the Clever page. So you may go back, click that. It will take you to YouTube so that you can watch the book again and get some perspective on the book. After you have reread the book, you are to write a review over the book. Did you like it? Did you not? And explain to me why. Okay. As soon as you're finished writing that, have your parents send me a picture. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about their assignment for today? Give me a thumbs
No.
up if you feel comfortable completing this assignment. Okay, so y'all have a good day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.